great. You know, winning the award was great, but just being here in the company of friends just means a whole lot to me. You know, having come here 18 years ago, you know, from West Palm Beach, Florida, and having, you know, the Lakeland that was then and the Lakeland that is now, there have been a lot of changes, and it is just a wonderful thing to be here with just a great company of friends. I can tell you, first and foremost, you know, yeah, we do things, and just like every business owner in here, and you never really know what it is that you do, that which one is going to actually get you to where you want to get to, but you just kind of throw it all in there. But when I look at the overall picture, and I see where we are today, I attribute a lot of that success to favor. And favor, sometimes, there's really no formula for it. When you look at it and you say, well, how is it that this person got there? I've been trying to figure that out a lot of times, especially in the contracting industry. And you know, you don't get a job and you try to figure that out, and what's the art, what's the science to it. And I don't think there's a real art and science to it other than favor. Now, I believe that my faith and my faith in God brings with it favor. And I think when I look at all the recognition and all the things the wonderful things that's come to us, I say, to God be the glory. Secondly, I just want to thank my wife, Sanji, my college sweetheart. I can tell you, anything that we've accomplished, anything that people think that I may be, she is as much a part of that as I am. And when you see me, the real me, what you see is really not me, it's me and Sanji. And I couldn't be what I am today without her. And I have to thank the source of Sanji, which is Mom and Dad, Hamilton over there. They're the reason that we ended up in Lakeland here, rebuilding their home over 18 years ago. And we were just going to rebuild it, and we were going to move back to West Palm Beach and start a company. That was 18 years ago. So thanks, Mom and Dad, for letting the house burn. And there are a lot of people, you know, you kind of hate to start naming names, but I have to say that, you know, a large part of our success also has been some people who have risked their own personal comfort for speaking up and creating opportunities for others where opportunities may not have existed. And there's a young man in here today that I have said it everywhere I go, and I'm so happy that he's here today, but Mr. Don Williams. He has been like a father figure to me, and I have a hall of fame of some people who just took to us for no reason at all. They didn't know us, you know, and they just took to us and just mentored us and favored us, spoke up for us, were advocates for us, and Mr. Williams is that man. I mean, he has really done great things, and I just thank you so much today, Mr. Williams. We couldn't be where we are if it weren't for you. Thank you so much. I'd like to thank, and then I have, on my personal Hall of Fame, there are people who just have been a mentor to me. Some of them, they knew they were mentors, some of them they didn't. But, you know, Galfield's our mayor. When I first got here, I have followed this man, and I have watched him, I have observed him. I've observed his candor, I've observed his tact. I've watched how he walked, watched how he talked, and he has just been a wonderful mentor to me, and I just want to recognize him and just say thank you, Gal, for being who you are. And today, him being our mayor is Sylvia, I know you remember when I first moved here, she was one of the people who I went to Sylvia and I said, Sylvia, how do you do it? And I want to be like you. And she was transparent enough and candid enough to tell me some things, and I've watched Sylvia grow. Her business has just blown up. She's done a lot of wonderful things, and I just want to say, Sylvia, thank you so much for being who you are. Thank you so much. The Chamber has just been a wonderful resource for us. When we first moved here and we first started our business, you know, everything that the Chamber had, any event they had, I was there. You know, business after hours, you name it. But the Chamber helped provide the environment where companies like us can grow. And I just, you know, Joel, thank you so much for, where's Joel? Okay, thank you so much for all that the Chamber does. Thank you for sponsoring this event, for recognizing us and giving us this platform to celebrate with us. That's what friends do. So thank you so much to the Chamber. And I can say that this is wonderful, this is great, and I would love to say that we accomplished all of this on our own, but we didn't. Because, and I think about Moses, and when Moses was at the Red Sea, and he had Pharaoh and his army behind him, and he didn't know which way to go, and God told him, look in your hand. And he had his staff in his hand, and he told him to raise your staff. And his staff was able, God used his staff to part the Red Sea. And there was no way we'd be where we are today if it weren't for our staff that God gave us. And we have a few of our staff members back in the back, and I just want to recognize them. We have we got a few that are on vacation, but Michelle and Dave Ruggieri and Bill Gow, just thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for being an awesome staff. Thank you. Everybody else in this room, you mean a lot to us. You pressed out in the rain to come out and to celebrate with us. That means a whole lot to me. It really does. But that just tells us that, I mean, these are the kind of friends that we have. I can look all around the room, and every one of you, I have a story. I can sit here and I could bore you for life, telling you about the different stories and the different interactions with the people in this room. But I just want to say to all of you, thank you so much for all that you do. Now, my partner is going to come and he's going to talk a little bit, but I can tell you that my partner has made a tremendous difference in the company that we were to the company that we are today. He was my roommate in college. We always talked about owning a business together. Over the years that he was in New York City, Los Angeles, we stayed in contact, and we said, one day we're going to take this thing to the, and I said, Tim, I can't think of anybody else that I would invite to come in to partner with me other than you. Anything that I can do, I feel like Tim can do it better. And, when Tim came here, he just brought just a cutting edge of excellence to our company that we didn't have before he got here. And I just owe so much of what we are today and the recognition that we've received to Tim Gucci Base Jackson.